So I have this really funny rant, and it's actually caused me now to get these hilarious pictures sent to me all the time by friends of mine. But the rant is, if you're gonna put signs up in your business, be really thoughtful about what's on those signs. And we had a rule at Appletree: you cannot have a sign anywhere, on any wall, front stage, backstage, didn't matter, that didn't have the words please and or thank you on it. And my running joke was, so in the United States, it's a law at restaurants, anywhere that there's hospitality, but in restaurants in particular, they have to have a sign in the bathroom, the washroom, the lavatory, the loo, call it whatever you want. By law, you have to have a sign in there, and every sign says pretty much the same thing. Employees must wash their hands before returning to work. So I want you to think for a second. Would you rather that sign say, employees must wash their hands before returning to work, or thank you in advance for washing your hands before continuing to serve our customers, right? Think about the subconscious message, both to the employee. By the way, the customers are in those bathrooms too, right? The subconscious message to the employee and to the customer from just changing the simple thing of, instead of saying you must, thank you for doing it. I was fishing with some buddies of mine and on our boat in Ocean City, Maryland, and we were going out to breakfast. We were tournament fishing, so it was the day before the tournament, and we go out to breakfast at this little like hole in the wall diner. And we go and we get to the front, and they have that desk where you meet the person that's going to seat you, and the desk is a mess. But there's a sign on the side of the desk, right where the customers are checking in, right at the podium. And the sign says, employees who don't fill out their time cards will be fired on the spot. That's how I was greeted as the customer at this diner. Employees who, meanwhile, it's on a piece of notebook paper, written with a Sharpie, probably had a misspelling on it. It looked terrible. But the greeting for me as a customer was, employees who don't fill out their time card properly will be fired on the spot. So I read the sign, I kind of make a funny face. We sit down at breakfast, and I'm with 3 other guys. I don't say a word, but I said, I bet you when the server comes, I can get her to tell you that the manager of this diner is an absolute jerk. And they're looking at me like, and my friends know I'm crazy, so they're used to this kind of stuff. And they're like, what are you talking about? I go, just watch. Sure enough, server comes up, and she said, hey, welcome, and take your order. I go, hey, I have a question for you. How long have you worked here? And she's like, been here like 9 months. No surprise that her tenure's not even a year. I've been here like 9 months. I go, oh, what's it like to work here? She didn't have to say a word. Her entire expression changed, and her whole face said, this is the worst place to work on the planet. But she didn't say those words. She's like, oh, it's good. It's okay. And I go, no, you can tell us. I go, we're not going to tell anyone. What's it really like? And she's like, well, it's kind of tough. It's really busy here. And I go, is it uncomfortable being here? I go, like, do you love it here? And she's like, to be honest, I hate this job. And I go, oh, that's interesting. I go, what about it is like the worst? And same thing. Her face told the whole story, but she didn't say the words yet. She's like, well, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stress, and there's a lot of expectations on the employees, and there's a lot of demands. I go, oh, what are your coworkers like? She's, oh, they're great. I love the coworkers. I go, oh, how's the manager? Same thing. Doesn't say a word. Her face is like, I hate that mother. And I go, well, I swear to God, I have a bet with my friends. I won't tell us. I go, how's the manager here? And she didn't want to say it. And I asked one more time. And finally I go, I promise it's safe. We're not going to share. Just tell us, how's the manager? She goes, to be honest, he's a complete asshole. And I go, well, I lost the bet because I bet my friends you were going to say the manager was a total jerk. She goes, oh yeah, he's a total jerk, but he's also a complete asshole. And I go, oh, like, that's really interesting. What kind of stuff? And she's like, he's just a tyrant. He's not nice to anyone. Like, there's so many rules, and I screw things up, and I get yelled at every day. She's like, you know what? I hate it here. And my friends are like pie-eyed. They're like, how did you know? Like, have you been here before? And so she goes off with our order, and I go, no, there's a sign on the podium where we checked in for the employees, but I could see it. You guys should have been able to see it. I go, if you're willing to put up a sign that customers can see that says I'll fire you on the spot, you're by definition a jerk, or in her words, a complete asshole. So they were all like, I can't. And again, my friends think I'm a lunatic. But the rule is, subconscious clues are so important. Be really careful about how you're communicating to your team, to your customers, to the stakeholders, everybody. Like, when they interact with your business, if you've got signs on the wall, you're communicating with them at a subconscious level, even if they don't understand or know that it's happening. So be really thoughtful about please and thank you for sure, and be really thoughtful about what you put where and the signs that you have up in your business. That's my rant of the day on that one.